Pope Francis, also known as Jorge Mario Bergoglio, is the head of the Roman Catholic Church at the moment. He is renowned for emphasizing social justice, compassion, and forward-thinking ideas. Here are some of Pope Francis' words that highlight the centrality of Christianity, despite the fact that he has said many things about the value of having faith and going to church.
It is not enough to say we are Christians. We must live the faith, not only with our words, but with our actions. Having faith means having no difficulties, but having the strength to face them, knowing we are not alone. The world tells us to seek success, power, and money. God tells us to seek humility, service, and love. To change the world, we must be good to those who cannot repay us. Holiness doesn't mean doing extraordinary things, but doing ordinary things with love and faith. The perfect family doesn't exist, nor is there a perfect husband or perfect wife, and let's not talk about the perfect mother-in-law. It's just us sinners. A healthy family life requires frequent use of 3 phrases: may I, thank you, and I'm sorry, and never, never, never end the day without making peace. Let us learn to live with kindness, to love everyone, even when they do not love us. Let the church always be a place of mercy and hope, where everyone is welcomed, loved, and forgiven. Take care of brothers and sisters who are weaker, the elderly, the sick, the hungry, the homeless, and strangers, because we will be judged on this. The family is the greatest treasure of any country. Let us all work to protect and strengthen this, the cornerstone of society. Our deepest joy comes from Christ, remaining with Him, walking with Him, being His disciples. Children are the hope of the family and of society because they are the ones who continue to write the history of life. There is so much noise in the world. May we learn to be silent in our hearts and before God. Let us never lose hope. God loves us always, even with our mistakes and sins. We must always walk in the presence of the Lord, in the light of the Lord, always trying to live in an irreprehensible way. If a person is gay and seeks God and has goodwill, who am I to judge him? With Christ as the center of your life, you will never be disappointed. Miracles happen, but prayer is needed. Prayer that is courageous, struggling, and persevering, not prayer that is a mere formality. There is no sin that God cannot pardon. All we need to do is ask for forgiveness. Jesus washes the feet of the apostles. Are we ready to serve others like this? Do not be afraid. Our Father is patient, He loves us, and He gives us Jesus to guide us on the way which leads to the promised land. How marvelous it would be if, at the end of the day, each of us could say, "Today I have performed an act of charity towards others." God never tires of forgiving us. We are the ones who tire of seeking His mercy. A person who thinks only about building walls, wherever they may be, and not building bridges is not Christian. We are all sinners. But God heals us with an abundance of grace, mercy, and tenderness. Children are the smile of life. They are our pride and our joy. Just as we need the courage to be happy, we also need the courage to live simply. We must walk united with our differences. There is no other way to become one. This is the way of Jesus. How powerful prayer is. May we never lose the courage to say, Lord, give us your peace. Although the life of a person is in a land full of thorns and weeds, there is always a space in which the good seed can grow. You have to trust God. Jesus understands our weaknesses and sins, and He forgives us if we allow ourselves to be forgiven.
The idea that the church is a gathering of Christians who come together to follow Jesus and find strength in their faith is highlighted by these quotes. Pope Francis places more emphasis on the value of faith and devotion to the gospel than on conventional standards of success.